All right, so get this right. We're talking celebrity news, but not just the surface level. We're going deeper, unpacking the stories behind the headlines. And today, oh boy, we've got two cases that are just begging for a deep dive.
You know what's so interesting about these cases is how they really highlight the whole public image versus private life thing.
Hmm,
Especially with social media these days, the lines get so blurred.
totally. And first up, we got to talk about Fashion Nova. They're known for pushing boundaries with their marketing, but this time, I think they might have outdone themselves. Remember that whole BBL Drizzy situation?
Oh, how could we forget Rick Ross basically accusing Drake of, well, even putting it in his lyrics, and then Drake's reaction, texting his mom for reassurance. Come on, it was comedy gold.
Pure internet gold. And Fashion Nova saw that golden opportunity and ran with it. They just dropped a Halloween costume that's, let's just say, a very obvious nod to the whole thing.
It's like they took the meme and made it wearable. You've got the BBL booty butt pad, a model who looks suspiciously like a certain Canadian rapper, even down to the hair. And to make it even more obvious, they threw in a Pappy hoodie.
It's almost too perfect, like they bottled up the entire BBL Drizzy drama and slapped a price tag on it. So the question is, what's their game plan here? Are they just being opportunistic, capitalizing on a viral trend? Because that's marketing 101, right?
Sure, on the surface, it seems that way. But it makes you wonder, are they trying to be ironic? I mean, they're profiting off this whole conversation about body image, but could they also be subtly critiquing those beauty standards, especially for black male celebrities?
It's like, are they in on the joke or are they the ones telling it?
Right. And let's not forget the internet's role in all of this. Drake getting memed relentlessly is part of what makes this campaign work. Fashion Nova knows their audience thrives on that kind of content. But it does make you think, is any publicity good publicity when you're dealing with such a sensitive issue?
And that's why this is a deep dive, right? It's not just about whether the costume is funny or offensive. It's about unpacking all those layers of cultural commentary, marketing strategy, and yeah, maybe a little audacity too.
Exactly. It's about understanding the bigger picture. This seemingly silly Halloween costume actually opens up a much larger conversation about cultural appropriation, commodification, and how brands use, maybe even exploit, these online trends for profit.
Yeah, it's a lot to process. So before we move on, I want to hear from you. What do you think about all this? Is Fashion Nova being savvy or just straight up shameless? Hit us up on.
Speaking of playing the game, though, we got to talk about Cardi B and Offset. Talk about a masterclass on social media, am I right?
Oh, absolutely. They're taking relationship drama to a whole other level, aren't they? We've seen celebrity couples air their dirty laundry before, but Cardi and Offset, they're like, hold my phone, world, watch this.
It's like they're live streaming their every thought and feeling, good, bad, and the ugly. And the thing is, you can't look away. Remember Offset's Instagram Live, where he accuses Cardi of cheating while she was pregnant? I mean, talk about dropping a bombshell.
Yeah, that was intense. And Cardi, never one to back down, fires back with that line. You know what I find so crazy? That a nigga thinks that they can just buy a bitch. Classic Cardi.
See, and that's what's so fascinating about them. They're so raw, so unapologetically themselves. But then it makes you wonder, when does that rawness become too much? Especially on a platform like social media where things can spiral so quickly.
Right, because then it's not just between them anymore, it's the whole world weighing in. And then there's that whole cryptic tweet from Cardi and Diddy, seemingly confirming the whole thing. And then she posts a clip of that Whitney Houston interview, the one with the, but do you know, do you really know line. The internet basically exploded.
Honestly, iconic move. By bringing Whitney into it, Cardi's basically flipping the script. She's saying, you think you know my life, but you don't.
Exactly. She's taking control of the narrative. Because, let's be real, with accusations like that flying around, public opinion can be brutal. But then just when you think you've got it figured out, Cardi throws us another curveball. She admits to seeing other men during her pregnancy, but only after Offset allegedly threatened to take assets from her.
And she even gives us a date, June 24th.
Mm.
It's like she's inviting us to dissect their relationship timeline, but on her terms.
And of course, Offset doesn't just let that sit. He comes back with, the thing is that you just get fucked 3 kids a little too late. I mean, talk about messy. It's like they're playing a game of emotional chess and we're all just pawns trying to keep up.
Right. It's definitely a high-stakes game. On one hand, it's captivating to watch this very public display of their relationship. But on the other hand, you have to wonder about the emotional toll. Not just on them, but on their kids, too. It's a lot.
And that's the thing, isn't it? When does sharing become oversharing? Especially when you're talking about something as personal as infidelity, something that could really hurt someone.
Right. It's a fine line. Some people might say that Cardi and Offset are just being real, showing
Mhm.
their true selves, flaws and all. No PR team, no filter.
Which is kind of refreshing in a way. Like they're not hiding behind this perfect facade. They're letting us see the mess and the drama.
Exactly. But then there's the other side of it, the potential fallout from putting it all out there like that. Because social media can be a brutal place.
Totally. Every little comment, every accusation, every tearful apology, it just gets amplified and dissected and blown out of proportion.
And let's be honest, we're all part of that ecosystem. We click on the headlines, we obsess over every Instagram story, we turn their personal lives into our own personal soap opera.
It's true. We can't get enough of it. And that's what makes this whole conversation so interesting, right? The power dynamics.
Right.
Celebrities need the attention, but at what cost? And are we, the fans, the followers, are we enabling this? Are we part of the problem?
It's like if a celebrity couple has a fight and there's no social media post about it, did it even really happen?
Right. It makes you think. So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something I want you to consider. In a world where everyone's obsessed with being authentic, how much are we willing to sacrifice? How much of ourselves should we really be putting out there for the world to see?
It's a question we should all be asking ourselves, not just about celebrities, but about our own relationship with social media. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about likes and retweets, it's about setting boundaries and protecting ourselves and remembering that some things are better left unsaid, or at least off the internet.
Boom! Truth. Well, that was a deep dive for the books. Until next time, stay curious, everyone. And remember, not everything needs to be a trending topic.